Hi, this is Lisa Arthur, and this video is about how I ended up being driven to record videos about superfoods and their personalities and using food as medicine and understanding it and playing with it, and how really it's just developed in this massive passion of mine. Because when I first started out, I hadn't got a freaking clue about anything. I remember I went to a Tony Robbins event. I was training to be a coach at the time, and someone said, oh, we've got these tickets for this guy, yeah, whatever, blah. So we did the fire walk, if you know Tony Robbins. We did the fire walk, and I was just in this room of like 10,000 people. My brain was completely fried. I'd eaten nothing like it ever before in my life. And then on Monday, there was a health day. I thought, well, whatever. They introduced me to super greens, to the concept of no dairy, to the concept of no wheat, and this was like 10 years ago. And I remember back at the time, I went straight into raw food. And I did that for about a year. And that's another story. It's quite difficult if you want to have raw food and be a normal person, in my opinion. So I'm not a raw foodist now, but I am I'm really passionate and avid learner about nutrition and how we use nutrition. So I remember, you know, at the time I didn't really know very much about stuff. I'd been vegetarian for a bit, kind of played around with it, and there was a big group of people after this big event, and we used to meet in London. There was a raw food guy called Peter Pure. Some of you might have come across him, and we started talking about all these different substances that you could have that weren't, in my opinion, really food. And it's not until 10 years later that I've really been with these things that I've understood that actually it's really complicated. It can be really expensive. There's a load of information out there. You don't really know what you're buying, especially with the new EU laws, which don't even allow you to put down what the possible health benefits are. I mean, it's just a complete minefield. So when you're watching these videos, what you've got to do is say, okay, this is who this is targeted at. I have 50 quid a month to spend on some superfoods or some raw foods or on something that are going to benefit my health. And what I've done is make lots of little videos in sort of like Maca 101, blue-green algae 101, Himalayan salt 101, goji berries 101, so that if you're not quite sure or you've bought something and you don't know what to use it, it's the very basics of how much does it cost, how do I use it, how much do I take, what the hell is it? I don't even know what maca powder is. What does it taste like? You know, what's it going to do to me? There are no health claims or anything, but that's what I've been through, and I'm hoping that you are going to be able to understand a little bit more and then not waste your money and not have them back of the cupboard, not being able to use them, and then go back to your processed food, because that's really, really tough. Because some of these things are really cool and you use them and they have personalities and you get friends with them, so they're like a cupboard full of friends, and that's what I want for you. What else did I need to tell you? Oh yeah, do nots, the do nots. So if you're looking at healthier lifestyles or lifestyle solutions, or you're a bit poorly and you haven't got any energy and you're thinking, oh, I want to do this, or you want to go to raw, what I would suggest you do is don't buy anything. Don't buy anything, because you can go online and you can click, you know, £500 is gone like that. Don't buy a juicer, don't buy a big Vitamix blender, don't buy any of the equipment, don't buy anything. Don't buy anything, you don't need to. I've got so much equipment in my cupboard, it's not even funny. Start with one thing. Just start with one thing. Educate yourself. Educate yourself. Read up about it. Choose one superfood. Get some coconut water. Take it for a week. Notice how you feel. Get an old, doesn't have to be a posh journal, get a notebook of some sort and write down what it makes you do, what it makes you feel, and whether it's good for you. And then decide whether you want to continue to do it. But you don't need to have raw recipe. It's not even about the food, right? It's not about the recipe. Just try one thing for 1 week in a small doses, and then write down how it makes you feel. So spend £10, that's it. That's all you need to do. £10 a month or £10 a week or so, or £50 for the whole month, whatever it is. But don't go mad. Don't buy any equipment. You don't need to. You really don't. It's a long transition, and it's like learning a whole new language. It's like landing in China and looking at the book and going, ugh. Baby steps. Make it fun. That old cliche. But don't go into overwhelm. I went to overwhelm. I've had cupboards full of stuff. I've got stuff that I don't even know what to cook. Even now, after 10 years, I don't know what to cook. I don't even know what it is. It's just... And I'm lazy, so I don't want to cook all of this. It's not even cooking, is it? I don't put all this food together and soak it and do it. I'm not going to do that. Start with one thing. Just one thing. That's all you need to do. One thing, £10. Go to Healthful Shop, bring it back. That's it. What do you want to start with? Oh, goji berries, or maca powder, or raw chocolate, or blue-green algae, or what did we have in the beginning? I can't remember now. Yeah, raw chocolate, goji berries, that kind of stuff. I think so. And you know, then you can go on and on and on, because a lot of this stuff's going to taste horrible anyway, especially if you've been eating processed food, so I shouldn't even worry about it. Just try one thing and go slow. So welcome to this little world. Have a good look around the website, see what you can learn. Have fun. Bye for now.